Good morning and welcome to Life Lessons with Barbara. And thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Barbara Aline Johnson, and I'll be sharing lessons I've learned. Some came harder than others, and some came from associates, clients, and just some of them came out of books I've read. So I've got a ton of them, and I'm here to share them with you. I am also the owner of BEJ Associates, and that is a transformational coaching and consulting company. My team, who are fabulous, and I specialize in dismantling barriers that stand between you and the life you truly want to live, or that business or project or masterpiece you hope to create. So let me take a moment to give a shout out to Wdrb Media for giving me this fabulous opportunity to spend these few minutes with you. And I hope you're enjoying After the Rain. That's that nice mellow tune playing in the background. That tune is one of several created by the phenomenal Lois Lady Mac McMorris. She is a fabulous lead guitar player and an amazing phenomena on stage. So if you haven't seen her do her thing, go to my website and you can access her website and see her in action and even download other songs that she's done. Also, while you're there, look for a link to the Dudley Beauty Corporation website. They're offering some fantastic career opportunities for those of you who are looking for something different and lucrative to do. And lastly, at my website, which again is BEJ-Associates.com/radio, you will find, when you scroll down to the bottom of the page, an archive of all the shows that we've done, the ones we've done for WDRB Media, and then also 1-hour shows that I've done with another radio station. So, and many times those 1-hour shows have excerpts from the 15-minute shows that we've played here. So if you want to get more, or if you want to hear a continuation from the different topics that we've discussed and the different guests that I've had, then that's the place to go. Those are all listed in the left-hand column, and the ones on the right are the ones that are shorter for WDRB Media, but nicely compact and full of great information. And you're going to hear some more now, so stay tuned for the third and last segment of my interview with Cindy Goulding. Cindy, again, is an associate with BEJ Associates and a workplace health specialist, and she's got some other goodies up her sleeve. And as I said before, you'll hear about her book. The title of her book is Healthy Weight. It's a family affair. Stay tuned. You're listening to Life Lessons with Barbara. Yeah, work, like you said, you spend half your life there or more, your waking life.
Yes.
And
yes.
So it's important to be able to negotiate that space and that environment and be, and find ways to be okay. And you teach some great skills in that area. So I want to transition now, and I want to talk about this. And you know what you're going to have to say about this. So go ahead. I'm going to give you a minute to see if you're going to get around to it.
Well, you know what? I heard a statistic that really scared me, because as a mother of 2 children, adult children now, it scared me. And the statistic was, there is such a global epidemic, not just in this country, but across the world, of disease, childhood obesity. Doctors are seeing disease in children that they normally wouldn't have seen until a person was in their 60s.
Yeah, like
type 2
diabetes.
diabetes and high
Yeah.
blood pressure, high cholesterol. And so the statistic I heard a few years ago was that if by the end of 2020, which is only around the corner,
Mm-hmm.
if that statistic of obesity doesn't repair itself, we could be the first generation of parents to outlive our children.
God. Oh,
And
wow.
I felt like I really needed to be a part of making an impact in that realm. And so I wrote the book that takes a family approach, because it's so hard to do things on your own sometimes.
Right.
If your family's not on board with you wanting to eat healthier, then it's going to be really challenging to stay on that path.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a family approach to do things together, to make a healthy lifestyle normal for children. So when they grow up, it just is part of their lifestyle, and it just has that domino effect.
Let me just reiterate the title in case they didn't see it especially for the radio. The name, we forget this is going to be just all audio, but the title of Cindy's book is Healthy Weight. It's a Family Affair by Cindy Saleeby Goulding. And it is an excellent read. And that's what we're talking about, people. So, and I do want to give you this opportunity to mention the response you got from Mrs. Michelle Obama and her people when you sent in your book for her review. Okay.
I wanted to put it out there, and I know she was working on her program, the Let's Move project, and I felt this would be a great fit for that, because it really focuses on getting the whole family involved as a preventive measure instead of being reactive. So I mailed one of my books to the White House, and she sent me a beautiful letter in reply saying that she was just happy to see a book like that out, and that we could possibly collaborate at some point, and just to keep it going and starting out in the community with getting people in the community healthy. And so that's what I've been doing.
Yes. And I'm so proud of you for that. I have yet to write a book. And you way ahead of me by 20 years. But I think that's awesome. And it is, I never heard you say it like that. And I didn't even realize that it was that we're at that point. But I do know that nutrition is different. Everything that was a part of our lives growing up is different for children these days. And there are parents working 2 and 3 jobs, and so most of what kids eat are at fast food restaurants or, the processed foods and all of that. So we have a couple more minutes if you want to just elaborate a little more on your findings and what you want to get across to people about that.
Well, again, I think that, a healthy weight and just an overall healthy lifestyle is a journey. But it's, as long as you're on that path and you're staying in that direction, that's a beautiful thing. And just to feel that, as parents, you do have control over what your children can eat by keeping healthy food available, because children are going to eat what's available. So making it easily accessible, putting fruit out, on the counter in a bowl, or putting yogurt or cheese sticks eye level in the refrigerator so they can easily have access to them. Because children are going to eat what's available to them, and they're going to role model what you're eating and your level of activity as well, because they want to please their parents. So I think starting at a very young age is really crucial into developing, lifelong healthy habits. And my book is a little bit different because it really talks about the emotional part of eating, which really isn't addressed in a lot of books that tell you, here's a certain diet to go on, and here's a certain exercise regimen that's very unrealistic for most of the population. It's really about the underlying cause of why you're eating when you're not hungry. Why do you go for food as a reward instead of, doing something else, like going on a hike with your family, right? Sleep is so underrated, and it has a huge impact on having a healthy weight. It has a huge impact on our hormones. So does stress, when we're under chronic stress, which oftentimes people are, being a single parent or working 2 and 3 jobs or having a challenging child at home. That's not just every once in a while stress. That is stress on a regular basis. And that can certainly affect our weight and other types of physical illnesses as well. So that's my book really talks about, keeping that in check, whether it's sleep, stress, depression, dealing with picky eaters and how to overcome that. And just, getting through your challenging times and really sticking with, maintaining that healthy lifestyle. Your environment plays a part of your health and well-being, the physical, spiritual, financial health, all of that, there's at least 8 dimensions to wellness. And I talk a lot about that. And happiness is a skill. It's not, if I get this, then I will be happy. The happiness comes first, and then good things come into your life. And so I talk about that in my book, how that affects weight also. It affects everything in your life. And happiness is a skill. And a prerequisite to happiness is serving other people, like volunteering, and being grateful for the things that you have. And those are things that people can practice. And it's very, very doable for people to create that level of happiness in their lives.
And this is a quick read, and it's I think very comprehensive. Boy, so somebody could take your book and create a balanced lifestyle for themselves, right?
Yes,
or at least get started on it. Thank you, Cindy, so much. And
my pleasure.
And this is not going to be the end. This won't be the last time you hear from Cindy. We will get together. You and Mike will get together because you're the dynamic duo when it comes to training and whatever else you do together. I mean, well, not everything you do together. But I look forward to that interview when I'll be interviewing both of you together. So, but thank you for spending this time with us and sharing all your sage advice and encouragement and inspiration. Thank you so much. And you are a pleasure to work with.
Thank you, Barbara, for having me.
Well, dear listeners, that's the end of the show for today and the end of my interview with the amazing Cindy Goulding. So you already have a heads up that my next guest is going to be her husband, Michael Goulding. Before I go, let me remind you of all the goodies that we offer on the website. And again, that website address is BEJ-Associates.com/radio. Michael will be another fascinating guest. He's also an associate with BEJ Associates, and I tell you, I know it's nothing but the goodness of God that I have these amazing people to work with. I feel so honored and so blessed. So please tune in next Saturday at 9 a.m. for Life Lessons with Barbara. Now, before we go, life lesson for today, I'm going to lift from what Cindy shared with us. And she says happiness is a skill. And the way to get there, it's not by getting something you think you want really badly, but it's by serving others and being grateful for what you already have. Namaste.